Hello, this is the Silver Watchman. Welcome back to Fairune. This should be episode 2, and my gosh, I'd be lying if I said this wasn't an adorable game. Behold! Wait, now behold! The cuteness. I'm sorry, I've always been a sucker for cute things. And this is like one of those 8-bit games that's actually really cute. So, I've always liked that. Alright, so in the last episode, we talked about how God, in part at least, how God created the universe. Which is really cool. So a lot of what he did was, he was very like nitpicky with a lot of the details. And if you look at the rules of how everything is, on the most microscopic level, it's pretty much the same rules for things on a bigger level. Okay, so now we're going to talk about gravitons for now. Gravitons are at the center of every single atom. But gravitons are a very stable particle. They're at the center of every single atom, and I'm not sure if you humans have discovered it yet, but just know that they're at the center of every single atom. And they are what pull everything together and give. And depending on the strength of a graviton will determine how much electrons it will need to keep it stable, and protons and neutrons. And it surrounds itself with that, but it's one particle. It is one particle that goes to every single atom. Now, a whole bunch of gravitons will make gravity. And I don't really have a formula for it because I'm not good at formulas and, whatnot. With what? What? Wait. Oh gosh. Sorry, I'm a little tired, so my brain's a little kind of flopping around all over the place a little bit. But just know this. When you cut through a graviton, God designed gravitons to be so stable that when you slice through them, it results in them in two half gravitons rapidly pulling everything to it at once, making everything else unstable, and to the point where they are radioactive, explosively radioactive. And what that'll do is that'll cause a chain reaction that'll make things kind of go. Oh gosh, oh good gosh. I don't want to hear the playback for that. People are just going to be like, oh look, the Silver Watchman is a big fat nerd. And granted, yes, I am kind of a chubby guy, but still. Oh good gosh. Seriously, doing this is awesome. Doing this for God, it's absolutely awesome. But it has those moments where I'm just like, God, why do you let them see that side of me? I don't know. No, oh good gosh. Okay, I just gotta chill out. Chillerino. Okay. So God designed it. That's really cool. And so gravitons make atoms cling to each other, but only if the atoms are, and like the what the graviton will pull for is basically what the atom would lack or something like that. Like for the most part, like-minded atoms will just go to the same thing. I don't know the exactness to how God designed it, but that is as much as God has shown me thus far. And by gosh, it is absolutely beautiful how God made the universe. Oh man, if you've ever looked at pictures of like nebulas, oh man, like can you imagine like sitting, like being in heaven and sitting there with God while he's doing that? Well, he's like, okay, I'm gonna make this nebula a nice shade of purple, and I'm gonna throw a little bit of green in there, and I'm gonna add maybe like 22,000 stars, and then a couple thousand planets in there. Some of them are gonna have grass and other things like that, but this planet is gonna be entirely reliant on sulfuric acid. Yes, there's a planet out there that is entirely reliant on sulfuric acid as for the whole ecosystem. You know how cool that is? And people are like, well, that's impossible. Are you kidding me? This is God we're talking about here. If he wants to make a planet that entirely smells like sulfur, and people, if you don't know what sulfur smells like, sulfur kind of smells like rotten eggs. And if you don't know what rotten eggs smell like, it smells like flatulence. So, it's planet fart. God actually let me do a fart joke. That's awesome. Oh, that is just awesome. Thank you. So, as time continues on, so guys, fast forward maybe a couple thousand years, human time. Fast forward a couple thousand years, human time, and then so God makes more galaxies. And he makes more galaxies, and he makes more galaxies, and I forget where's the center point of the universe. I know Earth is not in the center point, not by a long shot. But here's the thing: things are getting out of our reach because God is he's still making the universe, believe it or not. All this time, and he's still making the universe. And once somebody gets to heaven, they get to see what God is working on. And that's super cool. Oh man, can you imagine like sitting there next to God, and then he's working on like you're like, hi God, what are you working on today? And God's like, well, I'm working on this new star system right here. And because you're in heaven and you really love God, it'll just be like, oh, that's so cool. I'm right here, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Because, okay, so, oh yeah, I forgot to explain some of the rules. Oh man, there's so much to talk about when it comes to this kind of thing. Oh good, this series gets to focus on like how God made everything, and that's just awesome. This series might also be kind of really short. So, yeah. not because I don't like this. I this is one of those games that like I really like the game. Okay, it's like, it's such a cute game. It's so adorable. Also, oh, that's another thing to talk about too. So, God also designed humans with this kind of thing that, so we don't kill our own children. Like how, you know, some animals, like as soon as the baby is born, you gotta separate the baby from the animal. Animals don't have souls, by the way. I'll touch that in a future video at some point. But for now, we're talking about this. So, cuteness. Humans are very much affected by cuteness of an animal, which is why when it comes to babies, we don't necessarily like to hurt babies. And anything that has like a baby face, we're like, that is adorable. I want to hug that. Also, and that brings also the subject of cuteness aggression, which is basically like the cuter something is, the more you want to squeeze it and hug it and like pinch its cheeks. I don't know why God designed some people with it. I'm one of those people that's like, if I see it and it's cute, I'm going to want to hold it for a while. So if you have something cute in your arms and if you are dumb enough to put it into my arms, then that means that you're probably not gonna see that for a little bit. We're gonna be like, hey, can you pass that back to me? Come on, you've been holding that for like 3 hours. I'm like, no, it's too cute. Okay, that includes puppies. Okay. Now for a small child, chances are I'll probably pass the kid back to you after the kid poops. I'm just saying. I worked in daycare for 10 years, so I don't like to clean poop. No more poop cleaning for now. You're the parent, you clean the kid's poop. Okay. And so God designed us with that, so we would be more protective of children. Because believe it or not, God loves children because he put a lot of care into a child, because a child is not even in the beginning stages of like a lot of their stuff. So as a result, God put in this kind of like cuteness aggression, like, hey, this thing that is really cute is in danger. Use that aggression to go and destroy the thing that is endangering this cute thing and protect it fiercely. And so that's what God has us do, is protect the cute thing with fierceness. So like, whatever wants to destroy it. And granted, there are some people that have gotten very numb to that feeling and therefore are not affected by it. And yes, that can be a thing, unfortunately. And people that are able to override that have a harder time raising children than people who don't have that resistance to the cuteness effect of something. I understand when a kid is crying in pain versus when a kid is crying just to be kind of a brat. And if you're one of those people that's like very judgmental, chances are I'm probably going to tell you to your face your kid is a brat. So, yeah, keep that in mind. What else? Yeah, so that's why God designed us with cuteness aggression, because God wants us to protect children. Which is why it's such an affront when you don't protect a kid and you get an abortion, or you just outright kill a kid. That kind of thing just like makes God super angry. So yeah, don't do that. Like at all. There are a lot of things you really shouldn't do, but killing a kid would be definitely pretty high on the list of, yeah, don't do that. And what else? So yeah, that's why we have the cuteness aggression. Now back to universe creation. Now a lot of people believe that the universe creationism never happened. Oh, I'm running out of time. Like that universe creationism never happened because, well, the timelines don't make sense in our human time, and time is relative. All right, time is actually a measurement of how long it takes to get from point A to point B. That is the measurement that is what time is. Time is how we humans measure how long it takes to get from point A to point B. So we as humans measure a year by how long it takes the Earth to go around the sun in one big giant circle. And what do we measure time on the clock with? How long it takes the minute dial to go one full revolution. Which is why you never really hear me say it's been a minute. I always know more often than not would say it's been a couple revolutions unless I have a number clock on me. Like a digital. Oh, I'm running out of time. Well, thank you for sitting through the whole video. I really wish I had made this video longer so I could talk more about this really cool topic. But we'll touch on it in another episode. Thank you for listening to the whole video. Glory be to God. And blessings be upon you. This is a Silver Watchman. Graciously and happily signing out.